Hey everybody, we are in beautiful St. George, Utah. We're at the Red Fort, Indian cuisine. Every time we come here to St. George, we like to eat Indian food. This place is really good if you're ever in southern Utah. Check it out. We're visiting Dawn's dad today. I'm probably gonna hit up the DI while they're visiting. But for now, we're gonna start out with some really good food. We're at the DI, Dawn. Are you ready for this? Just a couple palm trees. We're an hour and a half up the road from Vegas, so we still have a few palm trees. But if you go up the road like another half hour, palm trees are gone. This is like the end of palm trees. Oh yeah. From the Vegas area. That's where the snow begins. That's true. There is snow in Vegas. It snowed twice this winter, guys. Twice. Not very much, but it did snow, which was surprising. They said it was the most snow they'd had. People who I was talking to. Applause Boo Boo is what it's called. Oh wow! Still. It's got the. Is this like from when? Like back in the 80s?
If I was the apple
Boo Boo Bug.
That's not right.
That's actually really cool. I like that one a lot. And you found a kangaroo. Always love kangaroos. This is new with the tag. Let's see what else we find. There's a lot of stuff here. Ooh, look at this guy, Dawn. It's a little knight. Oh. That is pretty cute. $1.50 on Simba. Yeah, why not?
And it's...
Oh, Disney store. I'll pick it up. I'd pick it up for the auction, I'd say.
This guy's cute.
New with the tag.
How much?
$2. New with the tag. I don't know. That stuff's cute, but it doesn't always do well. We can get that at the bins. We always got to remember that. This one is a conundrum right here. This is actually vintage Oklahoma State, vintage college, brand new. The DI is known for being cheap, guys, and $4 is a bit. I still think I'm going to get it. This will be an eBay one. It won't sell great, but I mean, like at a super high price, but 15, 20 bucks, I think we can get easy. You know, I wish it was a little flashier though. Really, the key to this spot is the clothing. I'm not a huge clothing reseller. Have been a little bit more lately, but they typically have some good stuff here. So I gotta go through all this, see what I find. Always gotta look at these fresh racks before they put everything out. That's your best shot at something. Foreigner. $3. I'll have to look at that. Put that aside. Sometimes I'm into looking through clothing, guys, but other times I find it entirely boring. I get why some people don't like going through sports cards, because this is kind of like that for me, for somebody who doesn't like sports cards. I just, I don't know. I'm just not into it most of the time. Occasionally I get super into it, but today I'm not seeing much, but we'll see if I can find a gem in here. Fighting myself when I'm not really feeling looking through these. You got to know yourself as a reseller, guys. I'm never going to be a full board clothing seller, but I do have an occasional couple weeks that I get really into it. Seems like every year. The bins really have changed how I look at stuff. This would be a shirt I would get at the bins, but at $4, I just don't see it. I might only make $4 on Whatnot, maybe make a little bit more, 8 or 10 or 12 on eBay, but I just don't want to sit on that kind of stuff, nor does really anybody else. So, yeah, when it comes to these super mid clothing things, I'm just not getting them. Not going to get them unless they're super cheap. Golfing is huge here in St. George, as well as Vegas, but honestly, I don't know a ton. I know the basic brands, and I know this. I hate shipping them, but who am I kidding? Dawn's the one usually packaging them. But, yeah, unless it's something super obvious, Nike, something really great, I'm going to stay away from this. I'm not really trying to learn these other brands. You can make money on the bags too. I've sold them before, shipped them in one time I shipped them in a garbage bag. But yeah, I'm gonna pass on all this, but there's a lot here if you guys are ever in St. George. This is insane. Look at this, $100. Nope, I don't even think they'd pay for that in Dallas at a team shop for I don't even think it's a player that's currently there. It might be, but I don't know. These thrift stores lost their mind. So this, you think's a stadium giveaway? Oakland Athletics, a bullpen. That's cool. It's got all the players on it. How much do they want on it?
$4. That's right. You want to look it up.
Found a lot of plushes.
This right here is about, it is that. I just
Disney Animal Kingdom.
This goes for $40.
40 bucks?
This right here is Max.
Awesome.
Barrel. This goes for about $40.
Awesome.
And then look, Jellycat.
Ooh, finding Jellycat. Donna always finds Jellycat.
This little guy goes for about,
love Eeyore.
I've never found this Smurf before.
That's the Scottish one.
Then this is vintage.
There we go. Bucket hat Goofy.
And then this guy.
Oh, there we go, Peter Pan. You found a lot.
It's
this
kind of messed up.
A golf head cover though. That's pretty awesome. That is awesome.
$1.50. Look
Not bad at all.
The
tag, yeah, it's got the like 80s tag. I'd take it all day for that price. For the DI prices, heck yeah.
For this guy right here.
Heck yeah.
Right here.
Don just found this. I know what it is from a mile away. This is Jim Shore. Jim Shore Star in good condition. Sometimes they're gonna have little broken pieces on them, so you gotta be really careful. But for a buck, anything Jim Shore for $1, Don, right? Buy it all day. So how was it, Don?
It was good.
Yeah, you found a lot more than I did. I did not find that much. I was getting a little bit bummed out because I didn't do that well. And then Don, of course, pretty much had a full cart of stuff. That's Dawn doing Dawn stuff right there. She found all her plushes. But yeah, it was a pretty good stop, surprisingly. I am not a big fan of the modern thrift store, in the last couple years especially. It used to work here at the DI that I could go and just kind of sit and wait for new carts, and that might be the case here because we only stopped for a short time. And then when they brought the new stuff out, you could fill carts after carts after carts. The one nice thing about the DI is, sorry, the lighting is terrible, is that they're inexpensive. So if you had a DI near you, if you're like in, I think it's in Colorado, Utah especially, Oregon, California, Nevada, I'd check them out. They're typically inexpensive. They don't always have great stuff, but they're cheap. So Dawn right now is hanging out with her dad. I'm at Walmart, and you can imagine why I stopped at Walmart. It was to buy sports cards. I don't know why I did it. I just did it. Don't judge me. I just love to do it. Now that I'm making like the short videos for cards on my, my TikTok for American Arbitrage cards, I don't feel quite as bad. I actually never felt bad. I love it. It's something I've loved since 1990 when my brother gave me my first box of cards, just like a shoebox full of 1990 Donruss in 1977 and 78 football. I remember it, looking through the cards, laying down on his green shag carpeting, just hanging out, enjoying a summer's day, looking through cards. I still love to look through cards to this day. Since I'm kind of here by myself, I wanted to discuss something. I know that Dave and Kevin do this a lot on their channel, and I want to do it a little bit on my dailies. Something was said on one of Kevin's videos, the Commonwealth Picker. I watched his video. It was a lot about Whatnot and how in some way it's changing the reseller game, and it really is, whether people like it or not. But there was a comment on there that kind of, I don't know if annoyed is the right word, but it made me think. And, I had to defend Trash to Cash, which is the podcast I'm on. They were talking about how a lot of resellers are, really pushing Whatnot a ton, forcing people to get into it. Not quite those words exactly, not forcing them, but basically forcing, Whatnot in their content. And I got to tell you guys this, Whatnot is a huge part about what me and Dawn do on the regular. We're doing 1, 2, 3 shows every week, and I feel like it would be super inauthentic of me and my channel to not talk a little bit about Whatnot, especially on the Trash to Cash podcast, where we usually talk more in depth about stuff. Whatnot is changing the game for us. It doesn't mean that it's going to change the game necessarily for you, but I think it's worth looking into. I learned very, very quickly in business that you have to constantly adapt. A lot of you don't know the story of me and Dawn in our old business. We started delivering for free all over Utah, all the way down to Las Vegas, okay? Furniture that Dawn would make or antiques that we would find, we would sell them, and then we would deliver them a couple times a month to everybody for free. And people hated it when we did that. We had people tell us that's not the right way to do an antique shop. You're supposed to get them to come to you. But what we realized is people weren't coming to us. We wanted them to, but they weren't. So we had to adapt. We had to bring the items to them in a compelling way that didn't, hinder their want and desire to buy from us. So we did it for free, and over years we built up a huge clientele of people that we would sell to the point where Dawn would do a scene. She would get all this furniture painted and ready, and we would make a lot of money and sell out almost everything in one night and then deliver it over the next couple weeks. But then, 2020 happened, and we actually did really well for a while. But then we just took like a month off for some reason. We just didn't do a scene. And the next month, it had totally changed. I don't know what it was, the algorithm maybe, I'm not sure, but it was tougher and tougher and got tougher and tougher. We kind of lost our mojo with it, and we decided to go a different way, which was heavily focused on content and then eventually moving to Vegas and doing what we're doing down here. We adapted. We realized what was happening wasn't working, and we changed. You have to do that all the time in this business. This business is anything, or let me see if I can phrase this right. This business is all about adaptation. I've said it 100 times. It's something I'm really passionate about. If Whatnot is changing the game, I encourage you to look into it. You don't have to do it, but I would look into it. Possibly buy some stuff from people. You can use my code, all that. You guys know we have affiliate codes. Me, Kevin, Dave. You can use it. You cannot use it. It doesn't matter. I make a little money on it if you want to use it. But if you don't use it, that's fine. But go check it out. See if you like it. And maybe try it. Worst thing that happens is it doesn't work. You continue to sell on eBay. But I think eBay Live is going to be more and more of a thing as the future goes on. It may or may not succeed. But what I like to say about TikTok a lot, guys, and I've talked about this on the Trash to Cash podcast, is, or at least among people that I've talked to, you know, TikTok, I got a lot of followers there, and TikTok could go away at any point. That's been talked about, but I'll tell you what won't go away: short form video. So learning how to do that is a skill that will come in handy for me, maybe for decades. And I may be, who knows, I may be on the Home Depot app showing my shorts because that's the only place where it works or whatever. That could happen, but it's here to stay. And live auctions are here to stay. Whatnot may or may not survive. I think they will. It seems fairly obvious they will, in my opinion, at least for the near future. But eBay is probably going to get involved in other things. So I encourage you guys to check it out. You know, at the very least, watch it, see if you like it, buy if you want, possibly sell. That's up to you, but I think it's worth looking into. I honestly do. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're in St. George. It's hot. I don't have the air on right now, so I am burning up. I appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think of this daily vlog series. I'm trying to be creative, talk about things that are interesting to me, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.